Hey folks, this is Kyle Keogh, and this is training from squat session that I did today. This is my heaviest squat session of the week. Worked up to 450 for 3 sets of 5, followed by a couple of drop sets of 375, just to get in some additional volume. I am still squatting 3 times a week, still working on developing my work capacity for this next meet. It's about 2 months out. I will push the frequency very high and a lot closer than normal leading into this meet just because my frequency has been so low for so long. Overall, I feel fine. I'm not dealing with any injuries or anything like that, so I have been healthy basically the whole way through, which has been great. I would just say that at this point I'm pretty tight and pretty tired, and definitely when I go in and squat, I can tell that my legs aren't quite there because of all the work that I've had them do. But the performance is pretty good, and the numbers themselves are pretty good. The big goal for this session, and this was a direct result of the previous session, which was 430 for sets of 6. And though that weight moved okay, I really didn't like how the depth looked. And I wanted to look at it for myself. So goal for this session was go in, bring my singlet, film from the side for at least a couple of sets, take a look at what it looked like, and then film from the front and do another set, working down to the same depth that I was trying to achieve before. Felt like on this session I was high pretty early on, and it got better as it went on. Some of the reps are past parallel, some of them are high and would not count. It's kind of all over the place, but not egregiously high, which is good because I still have 2 months to make some fixes. And overall, I'm pretty happy about that, pretty happy with the performance. The depth has been an ongoing issue for a while, but this is probably as good as it's looked this far out from a meet. And I just feel like if I continue to stay on top of it in all my sessions, continue to make it a focal point, then as long as I don't allow myself to make the mistake of going back to squatting higher, I'll continue to develop it, and the depth will be where it needs to be come time for the meet. So I know that physically I can make it. It's just a matter of making it a priority in training. Once again, I'll keep the frequency up 3 times a week for at least the next several weeks. At some point, I will drop it to twice a week, but I'm thinking that might not even happen until maybe 3 weeks out from the meet. These are decisions that are made in relation to an entire year's really worth of training. So I go back and I look at a whole training history and the frequency and the volume that I have been training at. And as long as I can increase my work capacity where I feel like I can sustain these sessions and do as much work as possible without getting completely overtrained, I'll continue to work towards my MRV and and take advantage of the groundwork that I've laid for myself over the last month. So it's not something that I would do if I were training for very high frequency for a long period of time, because I found that stimulus goes away at some point. It has to be phased out and then returned to. But considering the circumstances going to this meet, yeah, I'm going to keep the frequency pretty high because I know that my squat will really benefit from it. Anyway, keep checking in. More videos for you soon.